Good morning, children. Welcome to computer class. Last Thursday was a holiday, so we couldn't meet. Hope you have finished all your work that I have given on 24th July. Do you finish writing note? Good. And today we are going to study two topics. One is secondary memory and then bits and bytes. See, secondary memory is also called auxiliary memory. Okay, what do you mean by auxiliary? Auxiliary means helping. Okay, and because primary memory cannot store data for a long time or permanently, so secondary memory helps the computer to store data permanently. And the secondary memory is divided into two sections: internal storage devices and external storage devices. Okay, internal storage devices are fixed inside the CPU cabinet and external storage devices are portable. That means it is removable. After seeing the content, we can take it out and keep it in other place. Okay, keep it outside. Okay, such storage devices are called external storage devices. Hard disk is an example of internal storage device that is fixed inside the CPU and it is not portable or movable from one place to another. It is fixed inside the CPU. Okay, so hard disk is an example of internal storage devices. Then floppy disk, pen drive, CDs, all these are examples of external storage device. Okay, and then we need to study bits and bytes. Okay, what is a bit? The smallest unit of memory. See, you know the weight of a substance is measured in grams and kilograms. Similarly, length is measured in meters and centimeters, and capacity is measured in liters and milliliters. And in maths, you already studied the units and unit conversions of length, weight, and capacity. Similarly, computer's memory is also measured in bits and bytes. 1 byte is equal to 8 bits. 1 byte is equal to 8 bits. What is a bit? Yes, the amount of memory needed to store either 1 or 0 in a computer. The amount of memory needed to store either 1 or 0 inside a computer is called a bit. See, here the symbol here 1 and 0 represents symbols, only symbols, not it doesn't have any numerical value. In maths, 0 means nothing and 1 represents a quantity. 1 represents a quantity. But in computer, 1s and 0s are only symbols. Like in English, A, B, C, D, all these letters are symbols used to represent things in English. Similarly, in Malayalam, we have a set of letters to write or to represent things in Malayalam language. Similarly, here 1 and 0s are two symbols in binary language or machine language. Okay, and these are the letters in machine language. In machine language, 1 and 0 are the only two letters to represent things. So if we want to represent things in binary language, we have to represent using only 1 and 0. Understand? See, there are only two letters in this particular language. Okay, so 1 bit is the space needed to store either 1 or 0 inside the computer. And here 1 and 0s are only symbols. It doesn't have any numerical value. Okay, children. And 1 byte is equal to 8 bits. 1 byte is equivalent to 8 bits. So these are the things that we are going to study. Okay, before shall we start reading the text? Okay, take your textbook, page number 9. Today also I'll read and explain. Okay, after that you can watch PowerPoint presentation. Ready? Okay, take page number 9 and a pencil. Secondary memory. Secondary memory is also called the auxiliary memory of the computer. This type of memory belongs to the storage devices. So secondary memory is also called auxiliary memory or helping memory. You just underline auxiliary memory. Okay, and these storage devices are either fixed inside the CPU cabinet like the hard disk, or are external like compact disc, digital video disc. Digital video disc means what? DVD. Okay, and floppy disk, among others. Secondary memory is non-volatile. Secondary memory is non-volatile, meaning that the data stored in it doesn't get lost when the computer is switched off or the power is gone. Okay, so secondary storage devices are classified into two: internal and external. Hard disk is an example of internal storage device. Floppy, DVD, CD, pen drive, all these are examples of external storage devices. Secondary storage devices are permanent. Okay, secondary memory is permanent. Okay, and you can see some pictures over here. First one is a rectangular box, and you can see a metallic disc inside. Okay, and this is called hard disk. It is an internal storage. It is an internal storage device. Okay, hard disk is an internal storage device. So you can write. See, the question is recognize the following secondary memory storage devices. Write their names. Okay, first one is what? Hard disk. You write hard disk over there. And then you can see CD. And another rectangular device is there that is not familiar to you. Okay, that is called floppy. It was the first portable data storage device. Floppy was the first portable data storage device, and its capacity is very limited. So nowadays we are not using floppy disk. Okay, it is outdated. Okay, this is called what? Floppy disk. Floppy disk is the first portable data storage device. Portable means movable. It can take it out from the computer and keep it outside. Such things are called portable. Okay, movable. Okay, and the compact disc CD was invented by James T. Russell. Although he invented it in 1960, it was only in 1980s that the series was actually produced. Okay, so who invented CDs? James T. Russell. Turn next page. Bits and bytes. The computer's memory, both primary and secondary, is measured in bytes. Okay, computer's memory, both primary and secondary, is measured in bytes. Okay, so unit of memory is bytes. Unit of memory, bytes. Okay, one byte is equal to 8 bits. Okay, we can compare this bit and byte with a millimeter and centimeter. 1 centimeter is equal to 10 millimeter, right? 1 centimeter is equal to 10 millimeter. You can take your scale and count. Okay, 1 centimeter is equal to 10 millimeter. Similarly, 1 byte is equal to 8 bits. 1 byte is equal to 8 bits. Okay. Each bit stores information as either 0 or 1. Okay, each bit stores information as either 0 or 1. That means, see, 1 bit is the space inside the computer to store either 0 or 1. Okay, it can hold only one digit, either 0 or 1. Okay, so 1 bit is equivalent to what? 1 bit is equivalent to the space in memory to hold either 1 or 0. ഒരു മെമ്മറിയിലെ ഏറ്റവും സ്മോളസ്റ്റ് ആയിട്ടുള്ള സ്പേസ് ആണ്. അതിൽ നമുക്ക് എന്ത് സ്റ്റോർ ചെയ്യാം? either 1 or 0. ഒന്നില്ലെങ്കിൽ 1 എന്നുള്ള സിമ്പിൾ സ്റ്റോർ ചെയ്യാം, അല്ലെങ്കിൽ 0 എന്നുള്ള സിമ്പിൾ സ്റ്റോർ ചെയ്യാം. അങ്ങനെ ഒരു ഡിജിറ്റ് സ്റ്റോർ ചെയ്യാൻ പറ്റുന്ന മെമ്മറിയുടെ ഏറ്റവും സ്മോളസ്റ്റ് unit ആണ് bit. Understand? It may seem amazing, but true that all data, whether text, numbers, images, sound or video, is converted into bits, that is 0 and 1, once it gets inside the computer. Okay, all the data, all the instructions. Okay, so we give pictures, numbers, letters, videos, sound, so many types of inputs we give to the computer, but once it enters the computer, it is converted into ones and zeros, combination of ones and zeros. That means it is converted into machine language. Okay, all the instructions that we give to the computer is converted into computer's language. Computer understand only binary language, and in binary language all the instructions, all the data is represented using ones and zeros. 1ന്റെയും 0ന്റെയും കോമ്പിനേഷൻ ആയിട്ടാണ് എല്ലാ ഇൻസ്ട്രക്ഷൻസും കമ്പ്യൂട്ടറിൽ റെപ്രസെന്റ് ചെയ്യുക. കമ്പ്യൂട്ടർ അണ്ടർസ്റ്റാൻഡ് ഓൺലി വൺസ് ആൻഡ് സീറോസ്. അണ്ടർസ്റ്റാൻഡ്? So why? Because computer is a machine. Okay, do you know one thing? Computer is a machine, right? All the electronic devices, all the machines understand only two conditions: on condition and off condition. On ആയിട്ടുണ്ടെങ്കിൽ വർക്ക് ചെയ്യാം, നമ്മൾ സ്വിച്ച് ഓഫ് ചെയ്താൽ അത് സ്റ്റോപ്പ് ചെയ്യാം. കമ്പ്യൂട്ടർ എല്ലാ മെഷീൻസിനെയും പോലെ ഒരു മെഷീൻ തന്നെയാണ്. കമ്പ്യൂട്ടറിന് എന്തേ മനസ്സിലാവുള്ളൂ? ഓൺ കണ്ടീഷനും ഓഫ് കണ്ടീഷനേ മനസ്സിലാവുള്ളൂ. അപ്പോൾ കമ്പ്യൂട്ടറിനെ കൊണ്ട് നമ്മൾ എന്തെങ്കിലും ചെയ്യിക്കണമെങ്കിൽ നമ്മൾ കമ്പ്യൂട്ടറിലേക്ക് കൊടുക്കുന്ന ഇൻഫർമേഷൻ അല്ലെങ്കിൽ ഡേറ്റ ഓൺ ആൻഡ് ഓഫ് കണ്ടീഷൻസിന്റെ കോമ്പിനേഷൻ ആയിട്ടേ കൊടുക്കാൻ പറ്റുള്ളൂ. ഇപ്പോൾ ചിന്തിക്കുമ്പോൾ നിങ്ങൾക്ക് കുറച്ച് കൺഫ്യൂഷൻ തോന്നും, ബട്ട് ഇൻ higher classes you will learn how these things are happening. Okay, so computer understand only on condition and off condition, and on condition is represented by 1 and off condition is represented by 0. Okay, so all the instructions, all the commands that we give to the computer, okay, should converted into ones and zeros or binary language. Clear? So 1 byte is equivalent to 8 bits. 1 byte is equivalent to 8 bits. What is an image for you is just a sequence of zeros and ones for a computer. Okay, for us, maybe, see, you can see the picture, one mango tree. For us, it is a mango tree. But for a computer, it is only a combination of ones and zeros, a series of ones and zeros. For computer, it is only a series of ones and zeros. Understand? In general, one character of text uses 1 byte of computer memory. One character of text uses 1 byte of computer memory. That means to store a letter or character inside the computer, it need 1 byte memory. 1 byte. Okay, 1 byte means what? 8 bits. To store a single character in computer's memory, we need 1 byte memory or 8 bits of memory. Okay, so for example, if I want to store the letter R inside computer's memory, it consumes 1 byte. It consumes 1 byte. Don't get confused with bit and byte. Okay, bit is the smallest unit and 1 byte is equivalent to 8 bits. Okay, to store a character in computer's memory, we need 1 byte. We need 1 byte, that is 8 bits. Understand? Hence, the word computer will need 8 bytes of computer's memory. Why? Because in the word computer we have how many letters? 8 letters. Hence, the word computer needs 8 bytes of computer's memory without the quotes. Also, remember that a space left between two words is also considered as a character. For example, New Delhi. We want to store New Delhi. Okay. In between New and Delhi, one space is there. Okay. That is also considered as a character in computer's memory. Okay. So, for storing New Delhi, actually only 8 letters are there in New Delhi, but but we need 9 bytes of memory. 1 byte is for storing the space between New and Delhi. So all the symbols, all the characters, all the space is considered as a symbol or is considered as a character in computer's memory. Okay, children. Remember that space left between two words is also considered as a character. Therefore, the text computer era next, will consume 17 bytes of computer memory. Even, why? Because in between computer and era one space is there, and era, in between era and next one more space is there. So we have to count these two spaces also. So it consumes 17 bytes of computer memory. Understand? Even special characters such as asterisk, ampersand, percentage, then up arrow, question mark, among others, also need a byte each to represent a character in computer's memory, like ampersand, asterisk, at the rate. So many symbols and characters are there. Okay, for storing all these characters, we need 1 byte of memory. These days, computers' memory is measured in kilobytes, megabytes, gigabytes, and even terabytes. See, all these are all the units, different units of memory. As the capacity increases, the measuring unit also changes from kilobyte to megabyte, megabyte to gigabyte to terabyte, like that. Okay. 1 kilobyte is equivalent to 1024 bytes. 1 kilobyte is equivalent to 1024 bytes. In the case of weight, 1 kilogram is equivalent to 1000 gram, right? 1 kilogram is equivalent to 1000 gram. Okay, that is a unit conversion. Similarly, in the case of computer's memory, okay, 1 kilobyte is equivalent to 1024 bytes. 1 kilobyte is equivalent to 1024 bytes. 1 megabyte is equal to 1024 kilobyte. It is kilobyte, not byte. Okay, and 1 gigabyte is equivalent to 1024 megabyte. Okay, only this much. And watch the PowerPoint presentation. Okay, and read the text daily. At least you spend 30 minutes for computer daily. Okay, children. Okay, see you in the next class. Bye.